Are you looking to get custom merch for your band? PM Star Promotions is producing all types of promotional items such as shirts, hats, stickers, banners, koozies, skate decks, and much, much more. All products are imprinted in the USA and made to last while keeping your cost as low as possible. Need a shirt design or logo made? The PM Star team has over 20 years experience in graphic design to make your ideas come to life. PM Star Promotions is making their way by working alongside with national bands and record labels including Crowbar, Goat Whore, and Ripple Music. To get customized, dependable work or check out the package deals that fit your budget and other exciting offers, please check out our featured collection on Facebook, PM Star Promotions, or visit www.pmstarpromo.com. It's time to get noticed.
And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast, the most dangerous podcast on the internet. I am your host, Wayne, and the gentleman across the, well, I guess you would say the internet from me.
The devil himself.
The devil himself. Man, why are you getting that name?
Well, you know, and a lot of people seem to be mad at me lately.
Well, you know,
it's all across the board.
Really? You got people pissed at you all across the board?
It seems to be happening a lot.
Jesus, man.
You know, I ended up after that the last incident I told you about, I just deleted a bunch of people from Facebook page. I really, like, I have so many people on that fucking page that I don't know that add me for whatever reason. You know, I guess it's because of the show. I honestly don't. I mean, some of them are just people who they they know you know, or something like that.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, I'm gonna go add everyone I can on my Facebook page, which is fucking stupid. Like, I remember back in MySpace we would do that where, you know, like, how many 5 billion friends can you have, you know, but it's Facebook, like,
right. It's kind of like a status symbol, I guess, nowadays, where, you know, I have 2,000 friends. No, you don't, motherfucker. You got 5 friends. The rest of them are people you don't even know.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to interact with the person, who gives a shit?
Right. Exactly.
Like that last person, like, she got mad at me, but I'm like, look, you fucking added me on your Facebook page, and this is who I am, so, like, frankly, fuck off, you know?
So be it, yeah. I mean, this is who you are, and if they added you, yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just aggravated with people lately, you know, and, all this shit with, England.
Oh, God, yeah, I know.
Which I do want to say something about from there. I'll do a common sense with Buck Lightning, you know. It's actually a little bit repetitive. I've talked about this before. But I'm just going to go in for it. And,
go for it.
The word is Islamophobia. It's a word you hear a lot lately, you know. Every time something happens involving radical Islamists, you hear that word. They talk about it on the internet, you know. They talk about it on the news, you know. Islamophobia. We can't fall victim to Islamophobia. You know, tragedy shouldn't lead us to furthering Islamophobia. There's so much Islamophobia in America. You know what? It's fucking bullshit. There's no such fucking thing. At least not in the United States of America. I don't know about other countries. I can't speak for other countries, but that shit does not fucking exist. The United States of America, if Americans were really, you know, looking to kill Muslims, because that's what you hear, in addition to Islamophobia, you hear, hashtag not all Muslims, happens all the fucking time. Hashtag not all Muslims. Guess what? The only fucking time you ever hear somebody say all Muslims is when you hear somebody saying hashtag not all Muslims. Never fucking heard. I know really racist people. I've never fucking heard one person say, it's all those Muslims. Never fucking heard that in my life. I'm from fucking New Orleans. Never fucking heard that shit. It's bullshit. It's fucking horseshit. And if Americans really fucking hated Muslims in this country, they'd be dead. We have guns. We have fucking, I'm a redneck. I know plenty of them that they're just looking for, for a chance to go fucking defend America. They fucking, there would be a slaughter if Americans truly hated Muslims. We don't. When you see a Muslim walking down the street, you don't go, I bet that motherfucker's a terrorist. It doesn't happen. We're not fucking looking to kill Muslims. You know who's looking to kill fucking Americans, though? You know who's looking to kill like non-Muslims? Radical Muslims. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit where all these people are like, well, it's not really part of their religion. They're just using that as an excuse. It is part of their religion. Some of them don't follow it, because there's different types of religious people. There's Orthodox religious people, and there's just the people who are kind of fly by nights. There's plenty of people who go to church every day and then cheat on their wives. Doesn't mean they're not Christian. Just means they're shitty at it. In the case of Muslims, some of them are shitty at it. Some of them just, try to lead good lives. I mean, it's weird to say they're shitty at it, but, they try to lead good lives, and they just, they get up for their morning prayers and they don't eat bacon, which sucks for them. But, there's plenty of great Muslims out there. Happy to know you, happy to meet you, happy to fuck your daughter. Love it, but there's a lot of shitty Muslims out there. And when you're talking about, I don't remember the number of that religion, how many people there are out there, but it's hundreds of millions, So if only 1 million of them are terrorists, that's a lot of fucking terrorists, and you keep, you keep hearing all this shit that it's, as soon as an attack happens, hashtag not all Muslims. You know what? All those fucking ISIS, because ISIS took responsibility for that shit in England, that horrible attack, very similar to the Boston bombing. I don't know if they used the exact same device, but just like the guy stuck ball bearings in a rice cooker, this fucking animal stuck nails inside something. So that when the explosion went off, shrapnel would tear through people's bodies. That's not when you're trying to kill people. That's when you're trying to make them suffer. That's what you do when you try to make people suffer. I mean, think about we talk, like, I think there was 30 dead people, but there's like 60 wounded. That means there's 60 people who are missing limbs, or needs a new kidney. Little girls whose lives are fucking over. This was like someone looking to cause pain, not just death, suffering. True terrorism. And and immediately, British people, hey, and look, you're welcome to live run your country however you want. I know we got a lot of English friends out there, more power to you. You have my support. But doing shit like that, all these fucking ISIS people, they're laughing their asses off in England right now, because they fucking know England ain't gonna do shit. They've done it fucking how many times recently in the last year and a half? Like at least 3. I mean, maybe I'm getting confused because France has like 3 of them.
No, there's been a few, because I actually checked on Mart and the rest of the guys, and Mart told me there's been a few, and he said, I believe he told me the exact same thing you said. It's like England, he said, my country's just not going to do shit about it.
No, they're not. It's like if you're walking down the street when you're a little kid, and the bully down the street punches you in the fucking head, and you don't say anything. He's just going to keep fucking doing it.
Right.
And he's going to laugh his ass off because he knows you're a pussy. England is, in human history, England is one of the great empires in human history. Like, these motherfuckers were at some point evil. Like, the Scottish people still fucking hate England, or some of them do. I don't know about all of them, but because they used to call them the bastard English, because England was like an actual empire. America's never been an actual empire. For all these fucking horseshit leftists that are like, the fucking American empire constantly like treading on people and shit like that. America's the least imperial major power in human history. Period. That's our problem when we go fight places. We don't instead of like taking over countries when we beat them, we just go like, all right, we're gonna give you like a few, $100 million. Now y'all be good. And then we walk away. We are not a fucking imperial nation, But anyway, England, and I'm not, I have you all have my sympathy for the people of Manchester, and especially those little girls. That's one thing, that's always off limits to me is children, because there's nothing more inhumane than doing something to a child. Period. Like if something happens to an adult, you lived your life. Even if it's something terrible, that sucks. But when something happens to a child, when you do something to a child, especially on purpose, you're a fucking animal. We need to get rid of you. And I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of it, like all this pussy shit, And when I was having a conversation with one of my best friends, I call him the Hustle. I mentioned him on here before. I was telling him just this: there's no such thing as fucking Islamophobia. And he told me, he was arguing with me. He was kind of mad, because he has like Muslim friends, which is fine. I don't know if I do. I don't think I do, but whatever. I'd be happy to have Muslim friends. Like I said, happy to fuck your daughter. But he got mad and he was like, it still has an effect on the culture. And he's right. Absolutely. Absolutely has an effect on the culture, the perception. But what also has a fucking effect on the culture? When you pussy out and you keep letting these fucking terrorists have their way, and you keep letting them have their way, and they keep, doing this kind of shit instead of going in there and fucking handling shit. What happens is you get somebody like Trump. Trump is a reaction to the fucking flaming pussy that was Barack Obama. Barack Obama, I don't give a fuck if you liked him as president. I don't give a fuck if you voted for him. He was a fucking pussy. He literally, in his first year, went around to other countries and was just like, I'm sorry that, fuck, I don't even know why I'm going to Bill Clinton. But, he actually had like a similar voice to Bill Clinton.
They did. They had almost the same cadence, like when they spoke.
It wasn't the same voice, but he would just go to these other countries and just like, I'm sorry, America's a horrible nation. We're so sorry. And Americans were like, what the fuck are you apologizing for? I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry that we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It sucks. Well, guess what? Japan was a fucking evil ass nation. They were imperialists. They were actually trying to fucking take over the world. So guess what? We fucking nutted up and we did what had to be done. I say we. We didn't do shit. Our fucking great grandparents did. Or actually mine were probably in Italy. So I was actually part of the fucking,
the problem.
But, it's fucking, I'm just sick of this shit, and American people are sick of this shit. And I think England, that's, Brexit, there was a lot of reasons why Brexit happened. Part of it was economic. Part of it was people saying, hey, we didn't elect these people in Europe to fucking control our country. We didn't elect them. So why are they, and the English people, a large number of them wanted their freedom. But some of it's just, some of it's just because like the EU is just letting these fucking immigrants from Syria flood their borders. And granted, I have sympathy for them. I understand it's a war-torn nation. The thing that I don't fucking understand is, if all these countries that are taking in all these refugees just got together and said, hey, let's just go down there and set up like a fucking free zone. We're going to go down there. We're going to send some tanks. We're going to send some jets and let these motherfuckers come towards us. Let them try. That's all it would take. We don't have to fucking take them into our fucking country. We don't have to worry about them raping children, which happens all fucking over the place. They rape children. They rape women. They just like to rape. That's one thing about Syrians. I don't know what language they speak. I assume it's like Syrianic. I don't know, but I know they like to rape. People are sick of this shit, and that's how you get Trump. I don't like Trump, but I understand the emotion that leads to that because, it's people have this weird idea that if you do nothing, that it exists as nothing. The truth is, when you make choices, you can choose to do something, you can choose to do nothing, but choosing to do nothing is a choice too that has its own consequences.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the consequence right now is that at some point, probably in the near future, England will be attacked again. It will be. And it'll be a tragedy, but you know what? It's a preventable tragedy. They had some cunt, cat something in England, a news anchor that was like, we're going to have to get used to this. We're going to have to get used to these terrorist attacks, because we just can't stop it, okay, yeah, technically you can't for sure stop terrorism ever. You can't for sure keep your family safe forever. But to just say shit like that, like, oh, there's nothing we can do. We can, we're just gonna have to accept that our children will be crippled or killed because we're just, we're too polite to go over to go call our friends in America and say, hey, why don't we go down there and just blow the fuck out of something?
It's like, we need some help. Yeah, let's get rid of this problem.
I saw some fuckhole that was like, well, maybe now, you people in the West have an idea of what it's like to live in the Middle East. First of all, fuck you. And I understand completely that there are innocent people in the Middle East, people who have want nothing to do with these wars. I understand it totally. That said, every country needs to get their shit together. America right now, we need to get our fucking shit together.
Yes.
When you look at Mexico, we're supposed to feel sorry for all these illegal immigrants. No, I don't fucking feel sorry for you. Get your shit together. You have a fucking country with massive resources. Get your shit together. Form smaller governments. Do something. But this shit where we're just supposed to take on your burden. Fuck that. America's got its own burdens that we're fucking up and we're not fixing. I'm sick of this shit. People need like actual action. People need to know that at the end of the day, that when shit's going down, that America's not going to fucking lay on our laurels and do nothing. And I understand that America does a lot of fucked up things, and we are very, very much responsible for ISIS. A lot of these terrorist organizations rise up because of America's fucking retarded foreign policy. And a lot of that is because of what I mentioned earlier, where we just like fucking like somebody attacks us, we go over there, we fuck shit up, then we go home and we don't worry about it.
Right.
Instead of like, and I understand there's more to it than that, but personally, I don't understand why we don't just fucking go there, like just send troops over to Israel, fucking take over the Gaza Strip and just set up like a base where we're, like calm the fuck down. Either start a war with us or calm the fuck down. Because that's the thing, I got into I didn't keep arguing, but Matt Robin got into it with me a little bit because he showed like this clip of some World War II veteran saying something to the effect of the reason that terrorism exists is because we're not as tough as their generation, which is true.
Yeah.
It's when World War II happened, American troops were American troops. They weren't handicapped by this bullshit rules of engagement kind of shit. But, to compare ISIS to the Japanese is fucking utter bullshit. It's not the same thing, But there are things we could do, and one of them is actually set up a base, because that's the thing. It's like, this is all guerrilla warfare shit.
Of course it is.
There's not actual, like, when we think of wars, that's partly why we don't feel like it's like we're at wartime. We've been at war for like, 15 years?
Probably longer than that, actually.
Well,
if you really think about it, if you honestly think about it, we've probably been at war since the first Desert Storm or Desert, whatever the shit it was.
No, there were peace times in between, but in one way or another, for the majority of our lives, the United States has been in one war or another.
Yes.
If not multiple ones, but it doesn't feel like war because in our heads, we think of war the way our grandfathers fought them, tanks and soldiers going up against each other. That's not how it works, at least not with us anymore. It doesn't work that way anymore. But, I don't know. I'm kind of running off at the mouth right now. I just feel like there needs to be more done, and a lot of it needs to start with like nations getting together and saying no more of this shit. Like, you're welcome, Muslims are welcome to practice their religion insofar as it relates to them individually. We do not respect when you fucking throw gay people off a roof. We do not respect when you murder people because they don't follow your religion. We do not respect when you don't allow women to just live their life. When you force them to cover up and you put them in forced marriages. And for Christ's sake, there are people on this earth that actually take a knife to little girls and cut off a part of their body. Many of those girls die. We don't talk about that, but many of them do. But even the ones that aren't are fucking scarred for life, not just physically, but also mentally. And that shit's coming to America now. They've arrested a few people for performing female genital mutilation.
Good. They need to.
Country. Well, we shouldn't be fucking having the shit in the first place.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying anybody who does that shit should be arrested. They should be killed. Or have their body parts mutilated like they did the poor child.
No, I'm not with that. No, fucking murder. Kill them. I don't want to torture anybody. I want them dead. If you're a horrible human being and you are doing something to human beings on this earth that is improper, and we know it's you, we need to get rid of you. It's that simple. There's too much bad shit in the world. We don't need to add torture to it. We don't need to put more negative stuff out there. Nope, just get rid of them.
Agreed. Agreed.
Anyway, but I know that was a rambling.
No, it's true, and I have a problem. What I have a problem with is the fact that these people are like, yeah, we're bringing the war to the infidels and all this bullshit about how they're brave. How are you fucking brave? You blew up a bunch of little kids at a fucking concert. That's not brave to me. That's not. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that they're preaching that kind of shit is what I mean.
But their culture teaches them that, if you do that, you go to heaven.
I understand, but the thing to me is kind of like, that's not brave. If you want to be brave, then go to war with us and go one-on-one with a bunch of people and fight.
Well, they'll never do that because they know they lose.
Exactly. I know that, man. I know that. I just say it's pathetic and it's sad. It's fucking sad that these people think that is what bravery is. I'm just saying. But like I said, I completely agree. All that good stuff.
President Trump for saying these people are losers. I'm not going to call them monsters because that's what they want. They would love it if I called them monsters. They're not. They're pathetic human beings. They're losers.
Yep.
People are like, that's childish. Is it? Yeah, I guess a little bit. But you know what? He's right in principle.
He's 100% right about that.
Don't respect them. Don't make it seem like like these are they're vicious creatures, but they're not anything special.
Don't give them any more props than they need.
You know how that we should have no respect for these people because literally anyone could do what they do. They literally strap bombs to children and send them out into areas to kill themselves. If an 8-year-old can do what you do,
yeah,
you aren't anything special. You're not a warrior. You're not a soldier. Anyway.
Yeah. So that was your
thing.
What you said?
I did have one other thing.
What you got?
Also sad, but we should mention it. A while back, I talked about how our friend Hannibal the Beat Animal's brother was missing.
Yeah.
4 weeks, and I forgot to mention. I mean, I've kept up with it, but they found his brother dead.
Oh man.
And so they had the funeral. He's actually, his brother was a rapper, and he's actually been working for the last few weeks on putting his brother's album together to put it out there as a tribute to him.
Nice.
I actually messaged him last night, talked to him briefly this morning, because I couldn't imagine, your baby brother died, it's really nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure that's, unfortunately, I don't know the bond to have a sibling because I really, like an actual blood relative. I know I have brothers with my friends, but you know what I mean. I don't know the bond from like being a little kid together and that kind of stuff. Huh?
You didn't raise them.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't imagine that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, but all right, we talked about that, so we can move on to something else.
All right, let's we've been talking about tragedy and horrible things, and so I'm gonna go into another tragedy and horrible thing. I found out that Danny McBride is going to be directing and writing the new Halloween movie.
Why is that a tragedy?
Because I don't know. Because Danny McBride is known for being a comedian, so I don't know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
What he's gonna do to the, franchise.
It doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, people do different genres all the time. I mean, we tend to pigeonhole people, but if he wrote his other projects or some of his other projects, that just means he knows how to write.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Peele just became like a major writer director because of that movie Get Out, and he's never done anything with comedy.
Who did that?
Key and Peele, Jordan Peele.
Oh, really? He did Get Out. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in it. He just wrote it and directed it, but yeah, that's his movie.
Nice. I'm actually going to watch that this week.
I mean, Key and Peele is I love it, but it's silly as fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid.
But and I've heard different things about Get Out. I've heard it's like super scary. Kyle said it's only scary if you're black. I didn't really. He told me what happens in it. And I'm like, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, I
don't know anything about it, so I don't say anything too much because I'm trying to stay away from it.
That's fine. Thanks for listening to the episode you weren't on.
Yeah, I know. I kind of stay away from it.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
But yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, and I mean, honestly, dude, half the time these things don't happen anyway. Like they announce like somebody decided to do this movie all the time, and shit doesn't work out or somebody drops out.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true because look at what's his face that's doing Preacher. I can't think of his fucking name, but you know what I'm talking about. The dude from fuck. Damn it, I can't even think of the fucking movies he's been in. He's been in a ton of them. But whatever.
Oh.
Huh?
You talking about the dude who plays Jesse Custer?
No. The guy who's directing and writing that, helping with that. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, him.
But they're dropping out of it?
No. I'm just saying that, you never know what, these guys are going to do because he's mostly comedy as well. So I'm just saying that, he's doing this show now.
Yeah, but they're producing it. You don't necessarily know, like, I don't know if they're writing it or not. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. I just reserve judgment till you see a trailer for something. And I mean, honestly, even if it turns out to be shit, like it's not like it would be the first shitty Halloween movie.
That's true.
I mean, Halloween's one of the few horror franchises that I've seen several movies from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And have you seen the third one? Or was it? I haven't seen any of the original stuff. I've seen 2 or 3 of the later movies. Oh, I got you. Okay. The one that I'm thinking of is there's one that's actually like I want to say it's the third one where they all wear these. They got rid of Michael Myers.
Trick or Treat.
And they put a bunch of weird masks on them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've heard the story that Halloween was never intended to be one franchise. It was supposed to be like an anthology.
Yes.
But no one liked the third one, and so went back to Michael Myers.
Yeah. But I love the third one. I think it's great.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
It's pretty weird. Like, it's a strange movie, but it's good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I also watched a movie last night called Why Him?
Oh, that thing?
Have you seen that?
I didn't want to see it.
It's all right. It was pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I said, it was pretty funny for like what it was. I enjoyed it. I laughed a little bit here and there. I mean, it wasn't Breaking Bad or Pineapple Express, but it was good.
I don't hate James Franco, but I find him annoying a lot of the time. Like some things he's good in, but I just feel like he's in every fucking movie.
Right.
And people make him seem like he's, it's kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't actually think Leonardo DiCaprio is any better of an actor than anyone else, but people treat him like he's the greatest actor of our generation. Same thing with James Franco. I just don't get the like, oh, he's so awesome factor.
It's just because he was a young guy that came out of nowhere, and he was funny and he did a bunch of shit, so people latched on to that. There was nobody in that point where there was someone like him, I'm assuming, and then that's where he got, his popularity from.
I don't know. I think it's because he kind of looks like James Dean.
A little bit, yeah. His brother looks more like James Dean, though.
His little brother, I think, is great. I love Dave Franco and anything he does. But maybe that's because, there's less bullshit with him.
Probably
Also,
so.
his fiance's fucking hot.
Who's his fiance?
Allison Brie from Community.
I have to check her out. I know the name. I don't really know who she is.
I find her as hot as I do, but that's just because I was watching Community and
right.
Anyway, so. Oh, was that all the stories you had?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's all I had, actually. I don't have much because it's been a pretty slow week. I mean, I just kind of... my band played the other night at Twist Lime. That was fun. Had a good time. We played at the Willow the Monday before. That was fun, too, even though there was not many people there.
Day.
Huh?
It was a Monday.
Yeah, it was a Monday night. The problem with that is it's not run very well. It could be a really happening thing if the owners of the actual Willow, the business, would actually go in and see what their employees are doing. When you have a doorman that shows up at 7:30, like he's supposed to, it's good. But the guy who's running the building doesn't show up till 8:30. That's a problem.
Yeah.
When you have a sound guy set up the band that opens the first band, puts the mics up and does his thing and sets their levels and does all that stuff, and then leaves and does not come back for any of the other bands, that's a fucking problem. When you have money being taken at the door from people that are coming into the show, whether it be 100 or 20, and none of that money goes to any of the acts that perform, that is your problem. It was a pretty shittily run event, and they really need to get in there and just kind of get rid of the people that are running the place, or straighten them out or something.
Yeah,
because you really can't fuck over the bands that are trying to bring in people to fund the bar. You know what I'm saying? If you start fucking bands over, they're not going to want to play.
Right.
It's hard enough to get people to play on a Monday night, but if you fuck them like that over and over again, no one's going to want to play there at all. So, they really need to step up their game and try to figure out what the fuck the problem is, other than pure fucking lazy people. Yeah. But we had fun. We actually had fun. We had maybe 10 or 15 people there. We had a stage diver. The dude jumped off the stage. Whatever. It was fun. We had a good time, But
right.
But it was just a shittily run thing,
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It happens, Things roll that way.
Oh, I have two other things that one I can't believe I forgot about. I had to rewatch Cannonball Run last night.
Yeah.
Roger Moore died.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude, because, honestly, Roger Moore was he was the first James Bond I knew, I didn't really know of any of the ones prior to him.
There was only one for him.
No, there's two. There's two prior to him. There's, what's the fuck's his name? The one
Dark dude, I think, came after him.
There's two. There's one, and then I think there's the one guy who did one movie, and then that's Roger Moore.
I don't remember his name, but
I don't remember his name either. but I think he came right before Roger Moore, because Roger Moore had a long stint. Like, I think he did like 5.
Yeah, he was there pretty long. All right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just always thought Roger Moore took over after Sean Connery.
No, I'm not sure.
But I mean, my first James Bond was Timothy Dalton.
Right.
But everybody hates him for whatever reason.
No, he was pretty good. He wasn't bad.
But yeah, it's I mean, it's sad as any person dying, but he I mean, fuck. I said this, and I made sure to say I wasn't joking, but I did think it was like crazy that right after a terrorist attack in England, James Bond dies.
Right.
Kind of sad, but so moving on to something else that annoys the fuck out of me. So I read a story today about a burrito restaurant in Portland, Oregon called, I think it's called Kooky Burritos, or Kook Burritos, something like that.
Right.
Look like mid-20s, late 20s white chicks. So these two girls went to Mexico. I don't remember what part, but so they go to these villages and they start talking to, like, going to restaurants, but also talking to women who live in the village about how they make their tortillas, because like in Mexico, they don't buy, shit from Walmart.
They actually put them in like a pestle and smash the corn and do all that shit. Yeah.
And it's awesome. Handmade tortillas are incredible.
Yeah.
And so they go and they, and as she put, one of the girls put it in the worst broken Spanish, they tried to ask the women questions and find out some of their secrets, and they found out like some of the ingredients that some of those women used, and and it was hard to, some of them didn't want to give them technique, but apparently like they would look through the window and watch, because like some of these places, there was a place in Baton Rouge that used to do it. I don't know if they still do it because it changed owners, but you could actually see them making the tortillas, like there would be a little window. So I'm assuming it's the same kind of thing. Well, so these women go back to America and they create kooky burritos, and they get an interview with a local newspaper.
Nice.
Sounds, you're a startup business, and the newspapers are interested in you, and you tell them all these things, like how you went to Mexico to learn,
how to do things right.
How to make the best tortillas. Sounds like a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So, because it's Portland, Oregon, remember, the immediate reaction is social justice warriors flip the fuck out.
Can I guess?
Sure, go ahead.
They're freaking out because they stole culture.
Yep, cultural appropriation. And apparently in Portland, there's a list that some organization created of every restaurant owned by white people that makes Asian food, African food, soul food, Hispanic food, like whatever, and they managed to run Kooky Burritos out of business, and they're working on running all those other businesses out of business.
Wow.
Yeah, because apparently, like, it's the white man or white woman, I guess, keeping brown people from owning a business, which anyone with a basic knowledge of economics can tell you that's not true. It's not true remotely. But ran these people out of business, and I do feel sorry for them, because that's a horrible thing to happen to you. But at the same time, it's Portland. Like, this is the culture that Portland is so proud of. Keep Portland weird. I literally had a conversation with the Hustle's wife the other day where she was telling me about a friend of hers that she hasn't seen in a good 6 or 7 years. The girl moved to Portland specifically to be a part of that social justice warrior culture.
Wow.
I think she said she didn't say it in those words, but that was the gist of it. But that's what people do. Like you're a far left nutcase. Portland, Oregon is your mecca. So while I do feel bad for the people for losing their business, because that's horrible, that's where you chose to be. That's the culture you choose to live in. This is the self-destructive, because this is the thing about all this social justice warrior bullshit. They will always eat their own, like the only way to be foolproof is if you were a half black, half Filipino, gay, transgender, omnisexual, female.
No, you can't use that. You can't use that.
Well, the transgender female. So.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
With 2 limbs missing.
One on each arm. One on each side.
Huh?
It has to be one on each side.
And you have to be on the spectrum for autism.
Yes, and your name has to be Eileen.
Other than that, you will constantly somebody out there will find a way to say that they're a bigger victim than you and you're an oppressor. That's what these people fucking do, you know. And it's incredible to me that it's 2017 and this shit is still going on, and colleges are going in for it, and you know, and all these fucking media outlets are going in for it. You know, we you know, not to go back to this earlier, but I was listening to a story yesterday. I think the girl's name is Katie Hopkins, a broadcaster out in England, is being indicted for a hate crime for calling out radical Islam after the Manchester bombing. They are more concerned with arresting a woman for saying this was fucking Islamic terrorism than they are with going after the people responsible. Although they did apparently capture the guy who did it. His brother, his father, and his brothers apparently were involved, and so they were arrested. Yeah,
they caught those guys. The other guy blew up.
Yeah, he's dead. But I'm just saying, like, so they did go after him a little bit, you know.
Yeah, they caught the father and he, like you said, the brother. So, well, that's good. That's good. Let's blow them up too.
That's just incredible for me. Like, to me, that this shit is still going on. That people aren't really fighting back, you know, or at least, I mean,
it's
people are starting
sad.
to.
It's just sad, dude.
They're starting to, but you know, it's still, you know, it's incredible to me that somebody could lose their business that they created, you know, and be in debt because some piece of shit's like, you didn't create burritos. And you know what else pisses me off about that shit? Pay attention to this, folks. Anytime you hear somebody use the words cultural appropriation, look into their life a little bit. Not like, you know, track down information and try to expose them, but actually look at their Facebook page, look at their Twitter. I guarantee you the people that do this aren't talented. You've never seen somebody with an actual talent running their mouth about cultural appropriation.
No.
And that's why they run their mouth about it, because every time you see some black woman that's like, we invented that, you know. She says we.
Like she had something to do with it.
Yeah, she didn't invent it. You know, she didn't have shit to do with it. But she can't invent anything. So she wants to take ownership of something like, oh, that's my people's stuff.
Right.
You know. But she didn't have anything to do with it. And also, by the way, I do love that some of these people are talking about cultural appropriation. White people can't do this. White people can't do that. While they're doing it on a device that was originally invented in the 1800s by a white man and is probably built by a company founded by 3 white men in the 80s. And the device itself was designed probably by some Asians along with one of those white guys in the early 2000s. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, if we really want to take cultural appropriation, because it's always white people taking from somebody else. Nobody ever talks about the cultural appropriation of the shit that white people invented, which is a lot of shit. Your TV, your fucking phone,
washing machine.
I'm not sure about computers in general. I know Apple computers, you know, but point is like, if we're gonna fucking just divvy shit up, then we're gonna have a hard time fucking getting around. Oh, automobile. Oh, everything you use is put on an assembly line. Henry Ford, white guy. So literally everything you're using technically is based on technology invented by a white person. So stop using everything.
Better start getting rid of your shit.
So I don't, you know, I mean, it's going to be a sad culture if that's how we behave, where, you know,
it's a sad culture already, my friend.
So this has been a depressing episode.
It has, man. It has. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes we need some of these. You know? I mean, they can't always be upbeat, man. I mean, we're not always gonna especially like now with all this bullshit with the bombing and all that stuff, that we're supposed to be happy about that shit, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, you know, we're just normal people like everybody else. We, you know, we have emotions too. And,
I think this depressing up because Rum couldn't make it on.
That was too. Rum tried to get on, and he was trying to, get back on and stuff. But being that it's storming out where he's at, and he lives on a fucking island, I don't think internet is that good right now. But don't worry, Rum will make it back. He will be back. Probably naked, drunk. Something.
It's weird that you think about that, but okay.
Well, whatever, sometimes.
So is there anything we need to mention before we close out?
There will be a little segment that I'm doing with a former guest and friend of the show, Mr. Chris Rico. We'll probably have that either on the tail end of this episode, like we normally do when we put a little extra stuff on here, or it may be just a separate little plug that goes, out that you guys can download.
You should just put it on. Okay. It's not going to go on the front. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, like at the end, the end of things.
I would just add it to this.
Okay. So I'm gonna record with him tomorrow, and he's got some stuff to plug about the Rock Fest that's coming up that he's doing, that we are a little bit involved in and stuff. So that's really cool. I got a show coming up on June 17th. If anybody wants to come out, we'll be at Twist the Line playing. I don't know the other two bands that are playing with us. I do know one is End All from here. The other two are from Texas, so I'm not really sure the band's names. Sorry about that. And other than that, I don't really think there's not much going on right now, dude. You want to plug the contest that's coming up soon? Remember?
Yeah, our contest. Jesus Christ! I keep having this echo come back and forth. Our contest for the Mondo posters that we got from Texas Frightmare will be coming up starting in June.
June 1st.
We're going to put a video up. I don't feel like going through all the details, but you got to listen to every episode throughout the month, because all through the month of June we will be, well, on 3 specific episodes. We don't know which episodes. It could be any episode. We're going to say a phrase at some point in the show that you need to write down, because that's going to be, those 3 phrases are going to be your entry.
And you will know, because we'll warn you ahead of time what we're going to say, when we're going to say it. So,
but you can also get a head start by like our Facebook page, like our Twitter, like our Instagram, like our YouTube, or subscribe to our YouTube page, and subscribe to us on iTunes or whatever podcast catcher you use, and then screenshot that stuff, because that's going to allow you additional entries.
And you send the screenshots to MHOG booking@gmail.com with the subject line Mondo contest.
Yeah. But like I said, we'll repeat this a few times. I'm kind of tired right now. So
it's cool. It's cool, man. I just wanted to get another plug in since we didn't plug the last 2, so trying to get it in there. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. I know it was a little bit of a downer, but we promise not everybody's going to be happy all the time. So, but anyway, I was your host, Wayne.
I am the Great White Devil, or Brown Devil.
Yeah, you're kind of Brown Devil. And remember to keep it metal. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am here right now doing this little segment with my friend and past guest and musician, our buddy Chris Rico. He's coming on the show to talk about the upcoming Rock Fest at Twist the Lime. It's coming up soon, right, dude?
Yes, sir. It's Friday and Saturday, June 9th and 10th. It's around the time we have it every year. This will be the 4th annual New Orleans Rock and Roll Fest.
That's pretty awesome.
And, looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, man. 4 years, that's pretty great, dude. It's going strong, too.
Yeah, it's going good. We had a couple little miscommunications, but we're looking forward. It looks like we have a real good lineup this year.
Fantastic. And for the people who don't know, like Chris said, this has been the 4th year. There's been several incredible, years past with great acts. The show's been doing. They do different things at the shows? Y'all still doing like a raffle and stuff like that, or?
Yes, one of our sponsors this year again is Tides Music, from Tides Music Express on Metairie Road, and they are raffling off a guitar. And basically how that works is that anyone who purchases a ticket for both Friday and Saturday, June 9th and 10th, will be eligible to win that guitar. And so far, we haven't had that many people have been buying tickets for both nights, so it's not only do you save money, but you can also win a guitar. So
yeah, that's pretty good
odds so far.
I would say, yeah, right now the odds are pretty low, so buy the tickets. Get in there.
I might buy one too.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So, all right, do you have like the list of bands you can name off? Like who's playing the first night?
Oh, on Friday night, June 9th, we have Too Soon opening up.
Nice.
And then we have the Rooftop Junkies.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're really great. Then we have Chris Aguilar from Cerebral Drama.
Right.
War of Darkness, which we've been trying to get them on for the last 3 years. They've just been having some
they just
schedule problems.
Yeah, they just got back together too.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. I know they're excited about playing too, so it's going to be a great show. And then we have Vermilion Whiskey will be closing out the show on Friday.
Dude, that's a stacked show. That's pretty awesome. But the guys in Vermilion Whiskey are really awesome guys, man.
Oh yeah. So and then for Saturday, June 10th, we have Twin Span.
Nice.
Dark Star Coven.
Those guys, where are those guys from? They're from Mississippi. I mean, Florida, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're from Florida. And then we have Blood and Bourbon.
Nice. Those guys are awesome. Really good guys.
We got Giovanni Nova's and Jim Roundtree's Dead Machine Theory.
Wow, good job. Nice stuff.
So yeah, we're real glad to have them on board. A band called Cutthroat.
I've heard of those guys. I haven't heard them yet. I've not heard them yet.
Yeah, I heard they're really good. Tony booked that one, and then we got Lucy Fears Goats.
That's another band that I've heard good things about.
I want to check. That's my favorite new band.
Really, they're good, huh?
Besides your band.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Intrepid Bastards.
Nice.
Bald Dog Project.
Damn.
And then we have Mikey B3 closing out Saturday night.
Wow, dude, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, Saturday night's real stacked. We got like 9 bands on there.
That's incredible.
So yeah, it's going to be an amazing night that night, and I'm going to be gearing up for it.
Yeah, I've seen Mikey B3 a couple of times. Those guys are incredible, dude. Great stuff.
Yeah. So, we're trying to make it, we got our metal bands on there. Of course, you have to have your metal bands on there, but we're trying to make it a little bit more
diverse.
Diverse with the music. It's the, New Orleans Rock and Roll Festival, so we try to have different genres of rock and roll,
And and you should.
lineup.
You should. I mean, it's supposed to be.
Represent all the great rock bands that, don't really get the credit that they deserve in this festival.
Right. And and honestly, really, dude, and you need to do that. I mean, there's got to be more. I get it. There's metal fest all around, but you want something that's got a little bit of everybody, so you get kind of a taste of what's going on in our city. And that's fucking awesome. I like that.
Yeah. It's been kind of the concept that, me and Levi, talked about from the beginning. He's not really on board this year, so he's been busy with his bands, and also, I don't know, there was some miscommunication and stuff during the booking process.
It's okay.
Hopefully he'll be back
for next year.
Help out. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens.
Right. But no,
I talked to him about it yesterday, but anyways, yeah, we're really looking forward. We're not playing. Misled's not playing this year. We're trying to give other bands a chance to get on the show. We'll be playing the weekend before that.
Nice.
At Twist of Lime, June 3rd with some Texas bands and Mean Machine.
Sweet. That sounds
Final
fun.
Drive. and then we have another big show we're going to go to right before the festival. I'm going to attend at Southport with Doyle. And,
I'll be at that show, definitely.
Tomb of the Nick Cage and Angry 88 are good friends, from Angry 88. And then right after that, Thursday night, the festival starts. So it's gonna we got a lot of music coming up, and shows that I'll be promoting, attending, and playing, and looking forward to it. Next, and
you know what? I think it's the following weekend after the festival. I think it's the 17th. That's when we play back at Twist again. Awesome. We're playing with Indall and a couple of Texas bands as well. I'm not really sure who the Texas bands are, but
there's some of Robert Gamble's friends that he's been bringing down here, and
super excited about
it. Create a little bridge from the New Orleans rock bands and Texas rock bands.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm excited about that. It's gonna be a fun little show. I'm pumped about it.
They got a lot of great shows coming up. So I'll be all over it all. But I hadn't seen your band play actually. Breach.
Yep. We're
y'all played the same night as we played. Around the corner.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I'm looking forward to it, and I know we had something in the works too for a Homa show.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna nail that out, and it's gonna be soon. We're gonna you guys, Black Creole. That's gonna be fucking good. Angry 88. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I have to keep everyone posted when we get a date.
Hell yeah, for sure, man. I will. But I'm super pumped, man. I'm excited about the this year's fest. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of bands on it. There's a lot of good bands. If you haven't seen any of these bands, or if you haven't seen most of these bands, make sure you buy the tickets. Like, buy the fucking 2-day pass. What's wrong with paying? What's the 2-day pass?
It's only $15. You're gonna pay $20 if you pay individually, and you might not be able to win the guitar if we don't know or something. So,
right. So look, you get five. Not only do you get $5 off the whole show, you also get entered into winning a fucking kick-ass guitar. So you really, it's a win-win situation. I mean, fuck. I may just do that just so I can try to win the guitar.
I don't blame you. Like I said, the odds have been really good the first 3 years, and might as well, throw your hat in the ring and have a chance to win that guitar and have a good time.
Fuck yeah, dude. Why not?
I appreciate you having us on the show.
For sure, dude. Look, like I said, anytime. I'm glad we could squeeze this part in real quick and get you in here to do a little segment to get, this advertisement out, because it really needs to be out there. People need to go to this. Support your local scene, especially stuff like this. I mean,
if you only go to one show a year, this is it. You can support some of the top acts in the city, and it's a good one to be at.
Exactly.
And hopefully next year we'll have your band on the fest.
That's the plans, my brother. That is the plans.
Sure.
I can't wait. I'm excited to do something like that. But anyway, man, I appreciate you doing this, dude. Again, my friend Chris Rico, if you haven't checked out his bands and his stuff, go look up this man. Misled is a great band, and so is his acoustic stuff, so do not miss out on these guys.
Yeah, just go. The easiest way would be just go to YouTube and search Misled NOLA. MISLED space NOLA.
There you go.
2 words, Misled NOLA.
It's all right.
All right, bro. Well, thanks again. I look forward to seeing you, and we'll talk again soon.
You got it, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Okay, you too, buddy.
Take it easy, man. Bye-bye.
All right, later, brother.
And beep, beep, beep. That was Mr. Chris Rico. Really good dude. Great friend of mine. He's been a staple in New Orleans music scene for years. And I appreciate everything he does. He's always been a huge supporter of many bands. Both of mine that he's been a supporter of. And like I said, he's just a great dude. He's a good musician, and go check out the fest. The fest seems like it's going to be really fun, and I'm excited about it. So go buy some tickets, $15. Remember, you get 2 days for $15, and you get a chance to win a guitar. You know, you really can't beat that. It's cheaper, and you get a guitar chance raffle, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for sticking around to the end of the show. I know the show was a little bit of a low point, a sad show, but hey, look, like I said before, shows are always going to be different. Sometimes they're sad, sometimes they're exciting, sometimes they're funny, but you know what? That just shows you that we're real fucking people. Again, thank you for joining the show. Go to the festival, and I want to thank Chris Rico, and I want to thank my boy, all my friends, actually, not just my boy that was on the show with me. Of course, I want to thank Buck for doing this show with me. I want to thank the Rum Guy for always being there doing the show with me. I want to thank Kyle for putting up with this shit over the years that he's been here now. I know he's the newest member, but fuck it, he's one of the fucking strong ones too. It's the four of us against the world, and of course all of our buddies that have something to do with the show. I can't list and thank everybody enough, you know, from Mandy, from Mart Flanagan, from Ryan Clapp, and we got two new guys that are going to start trying to deal with some stuff with us for us. You got the guys overseas as well. You know, we got Kevin, Kyle's brother. We got Uber Gary. You know, without these guys' support and without these guys, you know, it's just, you know, that's why we keep going. And I also want to thank my beautiful wife to be Caitlin and my wonderful son for putting up with this shit day in and day out. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I know I rambled on for a little bit, but anyway, remember to keep it. Peace.